right, 5 minutes after 10 o'clock, Matt Gibbs is in the studio to answer your questions about that rattle going on in your engine of your car or the tires that need to be replaced because they're dried out. I heard Robin's mom had some dried out tires or something like that. And the phone number to call during the course of the show is 622-9622. What you need to know is that Matt is our mechanic. His garage is called, what is it called? Sunrise Automotive. I had a brain freeze for a second. The show is called Auto Repair with Personal Care. That's why I was confused. And of course, the car dealership at Matt's place is called Crossroad Auto Sales. Good morning, Matt. How you doing?
Larry.
Did you have a good weekend?
Yes.
Did you go to the Strawberry Festival?
No.
No? There was a lot of cars there.
Was there?
Yeah, lots of cars there.
I don't want to see no cars on the weekend.
Yeah, man, it was too much. But anyway, it was fun. It was a good time. You know, you told me something a long time ago that came to mind this morning. Because when you first started doing the show, I would bring to the show, a question about a recall.
Okay.
And I would tell you, but there's another recall in the news. And you said there's probably one every day.
Yeah.
There's at least two today.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. There's at least two. Plus, GM is buying back their stock. Did you hear that story? I don't know if you're into the stock market or not, but
No, I didn't hear.
I don't even understand what that means.
I don't either.
You don't do stock?
No.
I don't either. See, it's like. Do you remember the newspaper column called Bridge?
Yes.
You couldn't understand that.
Right.
Did you ever read it? What the heck are they talking about?
No, you start to, and it's like, no. No.
Well, that's like the Chilton's book, that big, thick book that you can't read for free because they got it wrapped in cellophane. Do they still sell it? That book?
I don't know if they still sell it or not. We used to have guys that would actually drive over to the shop and sell in all those books, but I haven't seen those.
But you don't need them anymore because
no.
of the internet, right?
No, yeah. I mean, I have one program that has 13 million pages of information. 13 million.
But you pay for the program, right?
I pay dearly for the program.
Can I ask how much?
It's like $300 a month.
Oh, it's not. Oh, a month.
A month.
Holy mackerel! And that just gives you the latest information about every particular car?
It gives their information.
Well, what I don't understand is once you have the information for every car, like 2014 and back, or 2015, because those 15 cars are out already? Mm-hmm. 2015 cars were already built.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so from 2015 back, that information is not going to change. Why can't you just buy that information and have it?
But it does change.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, they come out. Even when I was working for General Motors, you know, and let's say they put out the service manual for that particular year car.
Right.
Now, somewhere between the time that they printed the service manual till this certain day, we found out that the information in the manual was not correct. So then they would have to come out with a supplement service manual for that particular section or that particular issue. The cars are, I have two programs. I use Mitchell, which I get through Snap-on, and then I have what they call All Data. All Data has a lot more information. Mitchell kind of takes the information from the manufacturer and condenses it. And puts it on, 13 million pages of information to where
that's amazing.
All Data is maybe 28 million pages of information.
And when you say 13 million, that sounds impossible to navigate, but you can navigate it because it's indexed so well. Is that right?
It can become cumbersome sometimes because if you're dealing with, let's say you're dealing with a Toyota and you have this particular issue with a Toyota, their format may be a little bit different than what a Pontiac format would be. So that's one of the things I like about Mitchell is that they try to, because they put their hands in it and they condense it, that they try to outline everything the same, whether it's a Toyota, Honda, Chrysler, Ford, GM. So it's easier to navigate through sometimes. But All Data literally takes the pages of information from the manufacturer, copies them, and then puts them in the program. So you get a lot more information on some things from All Data than you do from Mitchell. It really depends on what you're working on, what the problem is, and that kind of tells you what program to go into and look for the information.
And you have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Matt.
Good morning, Matt. This is Sonny.
Hey, Sonny.
You're talking about the recalls. I had a few recalls with the two cars I had, and they used to send out letters with the large numbers. I don't know if they're doing that, and basically you have to, the individual or car owner has to keep up with their own car and their own information, and once it's out there advertised. And I'm just wondering, is there a way that you can do this on your own?
Do what on my own, though?
Check your car for recall.
Yeah, you can do it on your own. You can call your dealer and give them your VIN number, and they'll tell you if there's any outstanding or open recalls on that car.
All right. Well, that's a simple way to do it.
Yeah.
Thank you. I thought maybe there was something else, maybe on the internet or something like that you could.
No, the best way to do it is just call the dealer, give them the VIN number, and they'll know. Like, for instance, I might have a car in my inventory on my car lot
Right.
that 2 months from now may come out with a recall. They may send me the notice because they may show that I own that car. And if they do, then I'll call the customer and say, hey, I received a recall notice for your particular car. Call the dealer, give them your VIN number, because it may have already been done somewhere down the line. So that's the best way to do it.
I've owned the car for 10 years, and my other car for 12.
And that's the other thing, too, is with all this recall stuff, you turn on the news and they're saying, okay, like GM's having all these ignition switch recalls.
Right.
Don't, until you get that letter, the dealers may not even have the information to them. The consumer always gets the notification before the dealer ever get the notification.
Oh, really?
So a lot of times, I know at Palm Chevrolet, with some of the stuff that they're having going on with some of the recalls, they're setting up times on Saturday, then they dedicate Saturday just to do recalls.
Right. Well, you just answered another question I was going to give you, which would have put the dealers in a bad light. But the fact that the owner might get the notice before the dealer does is, seems a little strange to me. But anyway, thanks a lot, and thank you for your programming, and thank you, WOCA.
Thank you, Sonny. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, and the phone lines are open if anybody else wants to call 622-9622. I have a two-in-one question for you, and one is based on the Clark Howard statement. Clark Howard does the radio show in the evening, the money one. Question number one is, if you don't go back to the dealership when you have a recall, and the defective thing, like in my case, it was the headlights. Let's say the headlights went out and I have an accident because of that. If I don't go and get it fixed, does the insurance company then say, well, we don't owe you anything because you didn't respond to that recall notice? And then, so that's question number one. And the reason I'm putting part two in here is, you'll see in a second. Clark Howard was saying that when there's a class action lawsuit about a vehicle, and they send, and you get your check, which could be as little as $5, right, after they spread it out to all the car owners. Once you cash that, you have basically agreed that any problems caused by that can no longer be contested in court. Although an injury from the problem can be, but that's a separate thing.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. That's not something that I have to deal with a lot on the side that I do. But I would strongly suggest, if you get a recall notice, to get the car looked at. Hondas, Acuras, there's a lot of recalls out there on airbags, on the airbag system.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And if you get a notification, if you get the notice from Honda or Acura to bring it in. It's for your safety.
Yeah,
it's not costing you anything. Get it done. And this way, you can do your due diligence. Don't give somebody an opportunity.
That's right.
To sue you or not get what you got coming,
right,
because you just didn't want to do it.
That's a good point. Yeah. All right. You have another phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Matt.
Yeah. Good morning, Matt.
Morning.
Why is the owner's manual maintenance schedule different from the dealership? Like for an example, let's say like your cabin filter should be changed at so many miles on your owner's manual, but when you go to the dealer, they want you to come in much sooner or whatever. Why is there a difference there?
Money? They want your money quicker than what? No,
that's not being very truthful, though. I mean, because the Bible should be the owner's manual, right?
Well, up to a certain point. Here's the thing. We got to remember, we're living in Florida. Living in Florida, a lot of the owner's manuals are written, and they'll say under normal driving conditions, you should do these things. In Florida, we are not under normal driving conditions. We are under severe driving conditions. So some of the manufacturers actually put in a severe driving condition maintenance schedule. Some put in with also a normal driving condition. You know, what condition are we in? We're in severe conditions because of the heat the days of heat that we actually endure in the summertime. So at the end of the day, it's just using some common sense. You know, a lot of times, you know, the manufacturers say at 30,000 miles you should have all these things done. At 60,000, all these things done. And yeah, those things need to be done. It's maintenance. And what we do at Sunrise is we've had people that actually have gone to the dealer and got a 30,000 mile service, and then they've brought it to us to get a 30,000 mile service done. And I said, well, did you have the 30,000 mile service done at the dealer? Well, they did these services. You know, they might have done, let's say, balance and rotate the tires. They might have serviced my transmission and my cooling system service. But they don't see that as the 30,000 mile service. So we'll try to back up and say, well, at a 30,000 mile service, it includes these 20 things, but you've already had 5 things done. If they took that back to the dealership, even though they might have had it done 30 days ago, they'll do them all over again because they're getting their 30,000 mile service done.
Oh wow!
And so we're real funny about that kind of stuff, and we kind of document things and date things and put mileage on things, so you don't have to come back and get it done twice. And you know. What you're saying, though, is about time. Like, why is it different from the dealer / the owner's manual? That dealer may be looking at it from a severe weather condition. Now, you had mentioned a cabin air filter.
Yeah.
I don't care where your climate is. It's a cabin air filter. It doesn't get affected. It's not being affected by the heat nor the cold. It's being affected by particles in the air that are floating around inside your car.
Right.
So that's one of those things to where if you're a slob and you drive like a slob, your cabin air filter is not going to stay as clean as someone that keeps their car clean. You know, it
makes
just
sense.
makes common
Or a smoker.
sense.
I would think a smoker would clog it up, no?
Well, and you know, it might cause a smell in the car, and if you change the cabin air filter, maybe you could purify some of the air that way.
Yeah.
But that's the type of thing where you look at it, and it's all you have to do is pull it out and look at it and say, it needs to be replaced.
Where is it?
It's typically, they're behind the glove box.
Oh, okay. So I can't get to it. It's hard.
But it's not that hard.
No?
It may take a few minutes to check it, and if you've never replaced it, I would definitely replace it, because it does, you know, if it's clogged up, it can restrict airflow, and your AC doesn't work as well. Your AC is not even working.
Right.
So it's irrelevant.
Oh, it doesn't affect the heater?
No. I mean, it does a little bit, but not to the point where, you know.
All right. Thank you for the call. Let's take a little break, and we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Times of clouds and sun today. There can be a brief shower or two around, mainly during the afternoon hours over the interior, the high 77 to 81. Partly cloudy tonight, low 62 to 66. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a shower in spots, arriving in the afternoon over the interior, the high 81 to 85. For Wednesday, some sunshine with a shower or two likely, the high 81 to 85. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Since selfies are often shot from below, the neck looks either fattier or saggier from that angle. So more people are seeking under the chin or double chin lipo, chin implants, and neck lifts to remove excess skin. Sleep on it. Trying to force a resolution when you're both exhausted can make things worse. So try tart cherry juice if you have any issues with joint pain or inflammation, and you just might sleep better too.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
All right, 23 minutes after 10 o'clock. Matt Gibbs is here to answer your questions about your car, and if you want another car, a newer car, or just another car. They're not brand new, the cars. What's the newest car you have?
Golly, Larry.
Do you know Robin and Ronnie just bought a new car?
They did?
Yeah, from some guy was just selling it. It wasn't from a dealership, but it looks brand new. It's older than mine. It's a 2000.
Oh, really?
Looks so nice. It's a Ford Taurus.
Oh,
I
okay.
think. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think the newest one I have is I had a 2008 Chevy Equinox. It's probably a 2006 Nissan Altima.
Okay.
With 88,000 miles.
So when a car is a few years old, is it safe to say that there probably won't be any more recalls on it?
No, it's not.
Oh, I could still have them on mine? Mm-hmm. Well, come to think of it, I mean, I had one, two years ago? Yeah, my headlight.
Yeah, whenever they see a problem, there's a recall out on them. Now, it's a safety problem, not necessarily, it has to deal with something with the safety of the vehicle.
Well, the headlight is a safety issue.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you're driving at night and the lights go out, that's not good.
Right, but if your radio stops playing after, so much or whatever, then that's not a...
It could be us.
That won't be a recall, but then there's issues that happen and they're called TSBs, like something that's not safety related, but yet it's something that they're finding maybe not necessarily in their service manual.
Right.
And they're detecting that this is something that's happening to these cars at they'll send out a TSB, technical service bulletin. So to help.
So it's something. By the way, did you know that I actually have the power to turn people's radios off from in here?
Really?
Yeah. If they're listening to us, watch this. I can make everything turn off.
It's all gone.
I turned off everybody's radio.
Why don't you turn on everybody's radio?
just did it. Turn it back on. They were off, and I put it right back on.
You had the power.
and Joe just had a fit, or Dan did. What the heck happened? We went to the Strawberry Festival, and the morning guy from Cake Country was there, Mr. Bob.
Okay.
So he introduced himself. I had never met him before. Do you ever listen to him? Have you ever heard him?
No.
So
I've heard him.
So I took a picture with him and Rob, and I said, "Well, Joe's going to hate this." Rob was standing with the morning guy from another station.
Is Joe your boss, like, kind of thing?
Joe is my boss, yeah.
Yeah, and he happens to be just like on the other side of the wall?
Right. Well, he's my friend, too. He's my friend, my boss. So anyway, yeah, we had a good time at the Strawberry Festival.
Good.
There were old cars there. That's why I was bringing it up. I forgot. One of the old cars was so loud and beautiful. It really looked. The engine stuck up out of the hood.
Yeah. Did it have a big belt on the front of it, like a big wide belt?
I can show you a picture of it. But I just want to ask you. Is that just designed that way? Let me find it for you. I can show you. Obviously, is it designed just for look, or does it actually give it more power? Hold on, I'll find it.
Well, I need to see it.
This guy that, by the way, the guitarist who was playing, that I just saw his picture. He had a little foot bass drum. Here, let me turn it around so you can see it. Or do you want to come over here?
Yeah, come over there.
Just come over here. Let's keep the camera on you so people can see you. Oh, there you go. Matt's coming over here to look. Let me show the listeners what we're looking at. See that? See the car?
Yeah.
Now, what is that engine? Oh, yeah, you near Mike.
That's a big block. That's a big block.
Is that actually? Is that just for looks, or does that actually give it more power?
Yeah, that's power right there, brother. There's 2 4-barrel carburetors sitting on top of a blower.
Now, does that make it faster?
Yes.
What does it actually do?
That blower.
What's the blower? The big thing on top?
This thing right here.
Right.
There's a pulley right there.
Right.
And what that does is that forces air into the intake. This is dumping all the fuel, these 2 carburetors. They're dumping fuel into this body right here. And this blower body right here is now forcing all the fuel and the air into the motor. So it may take 200 horsepower just to turn the blower. But then that blower takes that 200 horsepower and turns it into 800 horsepower.
And it was really loud.
That right there makes me drool.
Oh, you like that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I like that.
Now, what do you think that would cost about?
Oh, golly, there's just no telling.
Really?
That's just a part of it. That it stems from there, and it works all the way down into the nuts and bolts that hold the piston rods onto the crankshaft. It's just,
wow,
it's just crazy.
Wow. So you don't want to drive that someplace and leave the keys in the ignition.
No.
Well, the whole neighborhood would hear it leaving.
Yes.
That's a very loud car. But when it's that loud, it sounds like if it gets any speed, it takes a while to get up there. Like, you can't go from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds.
Why not?
Oh, it can?
Why? Oh, yeah.
It just sounds like it's so loud. It's just like, I don't know. It seems like when something's loud, it's...
Have you ever gone to the Mac Tools Gator Nationals?
No.
At the Gainesville?
No.
Dan, you need to set Larry to...
No, you don't.
No, really, you do.
No.
You ain't... Brother, trust me, you have not heard loud.
This was loud, this car?
No, it wasn't.
Really?
I'm telling you. When you listen to one of those top fuel
the electric car that Don Garlis is trying to get to go over 200 miles an hour, is that quiet?
Yeah, that's quiet. That was quiet.
Oh, did you see it?
Yeah, we did it here on I think did we? Yes, I think we did. I think we punched it up and looked at it online.
Okay, I thought we did the motorcycle here.
We did the motorcycle, and I think we did Don Garlis too. But no, Larry.
Okay, I need to go to a loud car place.
I'm serious.
A drag racing car place.
Yeah, it's drag racing. Okay. Just go up there.
We give tickets away to it. I just haven't gone. There's your song. Call Matt Gibbs, get your car fixed, and he'll make it loud and fast. No, he won't do that. What's your phone number?
My phone number is 690-1993.
That was fun. It's always fun with you. Hope you have as much fun as I do.
I do.
We'll be right back. This is WOCA Ocala.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. President Obama says any nuclear policy agreement with Iran must include a way to make sure Iran's doing what it's supposed to do, telling CBS.
If there's no deal, then we walk away.
Some Republicans